Did we all have that one friend growing up that gave us legitimate trust issues? Like, after being friends with them, you could never trust a human being in the same way ever again. Because I just thought back to one of my childhood best friends, and this one time when I found out that he was a legitimate psychopath, and I have never trusted a human being in the same way ever since. I was like 12, 13 years old, and this friend was on this traveling soccer team, and he had invited me to one of his traveling soccer matches because it was about 3 hours away, and his mom had booked them in this cool hotel with a water slide and a pool, and he was just like, yo, Mark, would you want to see me play soccer and then stay at this cool hotel with a water slide and a pool? And I was just like, yeah, that seems like a lot of fun. So that's what I did. Now, everything was normal at first. I get up really early in the morning and they pick me up and we drive 3 hours to this hotel. And the reason that we got up so early is because my friend had a soccer match in the evening and we just wanted to check into the hotel beforehand. That said, once we get to the hotel, we check in and we had gotten 2 separate rooms, one for me and my friend and then one for his mom. And it's important to note that I was promised that me and my friend would have 2 separate beds in our room. So once I get up to our room and I see that there's only 1 bed in our room, I'm just like, maybe they made a mistake. So I tell my friend's mom, I'm just like, yo, there's only 1 bed in our room. And she's just like, yeah, that's not right. So she calls down to the front desk and she's just like, there's only 1 bed in the kid's room. And they inform her that there's actually 2 beds. It's just one of the beds is a Murphy bed. So my friend's mom comes into our room and pulls down this Murphy bed from the wall disguised as a suitcase. And as she's doing this, I get flashbacks to that one Sweet Life of Zack and Cody episode where London Tipton gets folded up into the Murphy bed on the wall. That said though, once my friend's mom leaves, I tell my friend about my vision. And I'm just like, yo, what if you folded me into the Murphy bed? And my friend was just like, yeah, let's do it. So I lay down on the Murphy bed and my friend lifts it up and folds me into the wall. And when I tell you it was instant regret, it was instant regret. My body got pressed up against this hard wooden panel on the wall. And I was just sandwiched between my mattress and this wood panel. And it was just so much compression that I could barely move. And I just couldn't help but panic. I was like trying to squirm, but I just couldn't because I was so compressed. I'm able to wiggle enough to get this like small air pocket so I can breathe. So I'm thinking to myself like, okay, if I could just stay here a little longer, like my friend's gonna open the Murphy bed and I can get out of here. Update, I was wrong. My friend does not let me out. Like 5 minutes go by, 10 minutes go by, 20 minutes go by, and he does not let me out. I tried to scream, but I could tell that it was muffled by the mattress. I was like, nobody's gonna hear me. And then I was thinking like, maybe my friend's actually in trouble. Like maybe I should be staying here. Neither here nor there. I was scared because I didn't know how long I'd be trapped in this Murphy bed. And I know some of you will probably be like, oh, you probably just didn't push on the mattress hard enough. Like you could have gotten out of there. No, man, like I had the panic of a mother that can lift a car to rescue her child. Like I had the adrenaline running in me and I still could not push up against his mattress. Anyways, I am left in this Murphy bed, pressed up against the wall for over 3 hours, only to be let out by my friend after his game. He literally played his game and then came back and then let me out of my Murphy bed. First thing he says is, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I forgot that you were in there. Meanwhile, I'm just beat red from lack of oxygen looking at it. I'm thinking like, you forgot I was in there. Like we drove 3 hours together. Where did you think I went? So I told the kid straight up, I'm just like, I don't believe you. Like you didn't forget that I was in there. Like we drove here together. You knew I was there. And all he tells me is, well, I did win my game though. I was fuming. I didn't even want to go to the water park. He asked me if I want to go to the water park. I was just like, no, I just want to stay in the room. And even worse, later, I find out that my friend lied to his mom as to why I wasn't at his soccer match. He told her that I was feeling under the weather. So I decided to stay back in the hotel room. And I tried telling his mom like what he did, but he kept on making it seem like a joke. Like he was just like, oh yeah, we did that. Like that was fun. Like he was actively gaslighting me. It was terrifying. But yeah, the next day we drove back and I just never talked to him again. And ever since, I can't trust anyone.